March Madness is here, officially. I thought Western Illinois played a fantastic game. They really defended very, very well. That's the lowest percentage we've shot in quite some time, at 41%, in particular the second half at 34%. So give them a lot of credit. I thought they played fantastic. But I thought our guys really did a good job responding. We made some really uncharacteristic things, or mistakes in particular in the first half, some really sloppy turnovers. I remember a play where I think it was Tyler Peterson saved the ball out of bounds, threw it right to Brandon Armstrong, and we were just kind of soft with the ball, and they steal it, and Covington makes a three. And just felt like we had some chance in that first half to kind of blow it open, and we didn't, and they capitalized on our mistakes. And then our guys made some big-time plays, I thought, down the stretch and showed a lot of poise and confidence that we've displayed all year. So overtime, we held them to 1 point and stopped them on 6 straight possessions. So that's been our calling card all year, is our defense, and our defense at the end of the day won the game for us. So the story of the year for the Summit League this year. I mean, every game comes down to the wire, it seems like. And so survive in advance, and we're going to have to play better on Monday with whomever our opponent is.
Let's take questions for the student athletes. You can give me a quick show of hands, and please introduce yourself first time around. Let's go second row here.
Mark Oberman, KDLT, Matt. You said survive in advance. You guys really must feel like you did survive this, because it looked like Western Illinois might win this game.
Yeah, Western Illinois is a good team. They gave us everything we could handle. I've heard people say before that it's hard to beat a team 3 times, and they really proved that tonight. It was tough, every time we tried to get a little bit of separation, they came back, and then we got a little more separation, then they came back, and they took the lead on us, but Flack made a big shot, and then we were able to put ourselves in a position to win the game in overtime and finally separate a little bit.
Let's go right here first.
Tyler, it looked like you guys really had to work for your points pretty much from front to back, except for a little bit there in the late part of the first half. What were they doing to make it as tough as it was?
They're a good defensive team. They played a lot of teams close this year, and we knew that we were going to have to prove it on our defensive end to win this game. And, they were doubling me a little bit. They made it tough. They're kind of switching it up a little bit, like they were doubling sometimes and not doubling sometimes, and they're packing the paint on us. So they were just playing good team defense tonight. I think that's what helped them out.
I think we had one right here.
Matt, is it difficult in a situation when there is pressure just because of the seat number that's attached to you, and a team like them, who's coming essentially with nothing to lose, continually finds ways to either get back in the game or take the lead? I mean, did you ever feel like any sense of doubt creeping in with the way they kept coming at you?
No, never. Being the 1 seed, I guess people could say there's pressure associated with that, but that's what we want to be. We want to be the 1 seed, and pressure is a privilege. There's a lot of different ways to look at pressure, but pressure is a privilege, and it's also self-imposed. So, they gave us everything we could handle. They played a really good game, and it's madness. It's fun, so it's good to get the win.
We have a question in the back here.
Tyler, Tyler, the defensive effort, 35% from the field. You didn't make a field goal in overtime. Why was that so big tonight, and that has to be the formula moving forward?
Yeah, well, a lot of our shots weren't falling tonight that we normally make, and I feel like we were taking every open shot that we had and maybe not getting the paint and the free throw line as much as we have in the past. So that's something we got to do going forward, and I think we really locked in on defense going into the overtime, and everybody just bought in, D'd them up. So yeah, good job.
Let's in the back there, and then we'll come back to you.
Dustin Ben on it. Tyler, shooting didn't go the best this game, but driving down low, there's a lot of and ones. You think that getting into the paint is a big part of the next game plan?
Yeah, it's a huge part. I think our team is a lot better when we're being the aggressor instead of maybe settling a little bit more. So yeah, that's something that I need to do a better job, and some of my teammates need a better job of.
Second row here first.
You could both talk about the environment. It was pretty cool. You had a lot of blue in the crowd that were cheering for the purple team, and you had a lot of red in the crowd. I mean, it really felt like, talk about it from your perspective, how much more fun that made it for you guys.
Yeah, it was extremely fun. It felt like a little bit like a South Dakota State USD game. we had a lot of fans there tonight, and I'm really grateful for that. They were great for us. It was a lot of fun. It was like a championship for the first game of the tournament, and that's really surprising, and it's awesome.
Yeah, this setup they got here at the Premier Center is pretty cool. I was able to watch last year when I was sitting out, and I was just been looking forward to it for a long time. So now finally being able to play in it, and it was a lot of fun. Appreciate the fans for coming out. We had I seen a lot of red out there, so that was cool.
We have one back here first.
Tyler Zachary, KLT. You're one of the only guys who's actually played in a tournament game before this. With so many guys who hadn't played, even though you played in some big venues this season, did you kind of have to have a game like this for guys to kind of get used to this kind of moment, this kind of pressure, knowing every game is now your season's on the line?
Yeah, I think having this game underneath us now is going to help us going forward. It's a different type of atmosphere, I feel like. We didn't play like we have a lot of the season. I think we showed a little bit of inexperience, but I think that we're going to be great going forward, and I trust my teammates going forward.
We can take a couple more for the student athletes. Let's go here first. And then.
Scott Holland with Gunner Voice. Guys, what kind of regrouping or is there any regrouping that goes on when you were just maybe a couple inches away from getting knocked off at the buzzer in regulation?
I mean, we're kind of just going to focus on the next game. I mean, we do have to learn from this game, but we're focusing on our next opponents. Pretty much all.
What he said.
I think we have one here back here. I'll get you, Mick.
Travis Watson from Pello TV, kind of following up on that, Matt. I'm not sure what your angle was, but heart skip a beat there. Is that all rimmed out at the horn?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. No, yeah, my heartbeat stopped for a second there, but that's basketball. That's sports. So he had a good look, and it came awfully close, but at the end of the day, it didn't go down, and we got to take him in overtime.
Yeah, March Madness could happen.
We'll take one more right here for the student athletes.
Matt, given that it went overtime and some of you guys got some pretty healthy minutes there, is it good, beneficial then that you have tomorrow off?
Oh, for sure. Me and Flack were talking. We're like 40-year-olds stuck in 22, 21-year-old bodies, so
You don't know the half.
yeah. So a day off is huge for us to rest and recover. It's big for us.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, gentlemen, thank you. We'll go ahead and excuse you guys back to the locker room.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations. We'll see you on Monday.
Good job, fellas.
And we'll go ahead and continue with questions for Coach.
None?
No, right? Oh, right here.
Oh, yeah,
You got to
well-
stick around now.
Greg, you kind of following up on one of those questions late for guys. You feel like your team grew up pretty handily tonight with the way this experience kind of unfolded?
Yeah, I mean, I really felt like we grew up the second half of the conference season, and it's just one of those deals. You go into tonight, and I mean, the league has been so even the whole way through, and their two best players, Covington has got as many minutes. I would love to see how many minutes he's played in his career, and he certainly showed it in that first half. It felt like every time we made a mistake, whether it was a defensive mistake or, like I said, that one turnover, and he drills it, and he had 15 at halftime, and we just did some uncharacteristic things. So yeah, hopefully we do move forward. The first half, they had 37 points. 22 of them were off of our turnovers and off of offensive boards. And we've been a pretty good defensive rebounding team here, especially late. And we're one of the best teams in the country in not turning it over. So those are some just glaring things that we let happen that typically we don't let happen. So yeah, hopefully we, can carry this through and keep our momentum going.
Back there.
Coach, talk about how big Tristan Simpson came out.
Tristan's he's just one of those guys. Like he's a lot of times when I see fans in Vermilion or whomever or wherever, USD fans, and there's like, man, Coach, I love watching your team play, and I like to ask, who do you like? Who do you like to watch? And so many people say Tristan, and what do you like about him? And they just it's hard for them to describe, but he just has that it factor. He's just so smooth and just plays with such poise, and he does so many things that typical true freshmen, that so many true freshmen don't have what he has that way. And so he's done that all year for us. He finishes games most nights. He just makes great decisions. He's a very good defensive player. And so really excited about his future and what he brings to the table.
I have a question.
Here's the hard part too. That first half, it was kind of a choppy. It was hard for us to get in a rhythm. Like Simpson rarely gets into foul trouble. Hurst rarely gets in any foul trouble. If Flack gets the quick one right away. And so now, we sat on Tristan he played most of the second half, but he hardly played in that first half. He had the one run. And as a coach, you're sitting there, do you play him, do you not? And we were kind of had that lead, and, but we played T. Dickerson a long, long time. And then Hurst comes out, and then Covington kind of got rolling on us when those two guys were out of the game. But that's basketball, and anything can happen when you get to this point of the season. But that's why you have depth and play as many guys as we play.
Let's take one over here first.
Coach, you built kind of a 6-8 point lead there in the second half. They come back. Going into overtime, what is the message? What do you talk about in the huddle, and what do you want them to focus on? Is it just one play at a time? Or?
Yeah, we always say NBA. And so NBA, everybody, associates with the National Basketball Association. And our thing has always been NBA stands for next best action. So, we were down 2 with 2.5 to go or something to that effect. And I think they call it, we get a stop, and we come down and score, and it's back and forth. And then obviously Mooney just drills that dagger 3, on the left wing and from deep. And now we knew exactly what they were going to run, and they ran it. And Hurst kind of got taken out, like on kind of the pin down up the middle. And so we had to rotate, and you got to give them credit. They make one more. I think we had 2 guys on Covington. Goes one more to Duff, I believe it is, number 40. And he drills it, and then we come down, and Flack has that's a shot Flack makes 8 out of 10 times, and it looked good when it left his hand. It was back rim. We always say get back half swishes, and it was back half and just missed it. And then, it sure looked good. 15, it was at Ankrum. That thing looked good from our angle when it left his hand. So, it's always interesting when you have a team. You have 15 different players, and their personalities are so different, whether it's in a casual conversation or in practice or in a game. And, you come back to the huddle, and some guys look at it like, oh, man, we just let it slip. And then the true competitors are just like, hey, you know what I mean? We got to this point. We've been doing this all year. Let's roll. And we get to the huddle, and Trey Birch-Manning really kind of ran the huddle. And that's what you love. It's a player's program. And he just stepped up and was like, hey, what's done is done. Let's do it. It's 0-0, and we need to win this 5 minutes. And so many times when a player speaks, I just think it resonates in a different sort of way. And our guy, you could just almost see the reset button for our guys. And I thought we played very, very good basketball in that second half, in the overtime.
We had one back here. Do we still have one there? All right, no, then go ahead, Matt. First I always look at guys when they release the ball, right? And it looked like a normal shot. And so you see that, and then literally my view was, I had the perfect angle, and that thing you knew had a chance. And so when it skipped out, you're just kind of like, oof. So, like we said to the guys, survive in advance. Matt, let's go here first.
Matt Zimmer, receiver. Craig, you've had some near upsets and some upsets in this tournament the last couple of years. And a couple of those, it kind of looked like the favorite was maybe a little surprised that they were caught off guard by the underdog nearly taking them down. It seems like you guys were maybe prepared for it being in a fight tonight. Did you get that sense, and that helped them tonight?
Oh, yeah. This league, and I know we've all hashed this out a million times, how tight this league is. And it literally is. You just can't overstate it. And I know it's cliche-ish, but there just is not that much separation between 1 and 9, quite frankly. And so our guys were ready. And, we just played those guys, a week ago? 9 days ago on the road. And so you come off of that. This is so new. This is new for us, right? We come off that emotional high of clinching our first ever Summit League championship. So you go through that whole thing, and you travel back, and you get back at 4 on Sunday, and you go through the whole, and everybody's telling you how good you are, right? And so you got to get them back to reality a little bit. So I felt like our guys were really prepared and really ready for combat, so to speak.
You just look at the you look at the pairings, and the two teams that had swept our opponents for the summit. We had swept Western, and like Matt said, the old cliche, it's hard to beat a good team 3 times in a row. And the 6th seed has swept the 3 seed, right, in this one, and then everyone else is split. And so that's why you play it, and it truly is what I just can't speak highly enough of the Summit League, the commitment to excellence by so many schools and administrators, and we have such great players and very, very good coaching up and down this league. You just don't expect anything else, and there's a reason there's a lot of reasons, but that's part of the draw to why this tournament is so good and so well attended. It's very, very good basketball.
We can take a couple more. Did we still have one back here? Nope. Let's take one here in the second row.
I think you had like 2 baskets in about a 10-minute stretch late in the game. It must feel good to have won.
Any win's a great win. I mean, and especially at this time of year. And like I said, I thought they played excellent basketball. I thought in the last, quite frankly, since we've had Flack back on the offensive end, we've shot, I believe, 47% to about, I think the Fort Wayne game at Fort Wayne, we shot like 64% or 62%. So our numbers have been really, really good on the offensive end. And you give them credit. They took some things away that we really exposed them on at their place on Thursday, which you knew they would. I mean, everybody knows each other inside out and backwards. And then, like I said, we were kind of choppy with our rhythm. I thought we took some quick ones instead of really being patient. And then you got to give them credit too. Gilbeck made a big difference for them. So you have 5 block shots. There were some big time collisions at the rim. We missed some chip shots. We missed some chip shots when we got fouled that we should be converting. You know, we talk all the time about finishing plays, and finishing plays means finishing plays at the rim. It also means finishing with defensive rebounds. So it always feels good to win, and hopefully we have a good day of recovery, and we'll be ready to go against our next opponent.